Welcome to our daily Forex market analysis, and this is for trading on February the 28th, 2020. Just a quick disclaimer here before we get started. This is for educational purposes only. Trading is a risky business, so please be careful with your money. All right, as usual, we'll start off by taking a look at our calendar here. Okay, sorry, it's a little slow. Okay. All right. In terms of the data here, we did have positive data for CAD as well as dollar. Coming up here, we have housing numbers for Japan. And then CPI number came in below expectations here for Japanese yen, so keep an eye on that. Coming up on Friday here, though. Okay, coming up for Friday here, we have preliminary CPI numbers for Euro. Now, Euro has done really well over the last couple of days. A lot of it has to do with the selling that's coming up for, or that has come in for British pound. There was news that both the sides, so in terms of negotiation, both the sides were digging in, both the EU and UK, in terms of their position on what they are going to do. So because of that, we have seen a big dip in British pound, so Euro went up as a result. But if these numbers here come in below expectations, we are likely to see a drop in Euro tomorrow, so do keep that in mind. And in the New York session here, we have GDP numbers here for Canada, as well as personal spending numbers here, as well as the trade balance numbers here for the US. So these numbers are important. So we saw that US dollar has taken a hit. Now, if these numbers come in below expectations, we have a ton of US dollar data here. The Chicago PMI, consumer sentiment numbers, all these numbers are very, very important. If they come in below expectations, we can see US dollar drop again, so keep that in mind. So we have seen the equity markets drop a lot, and with that, for the most part though, yen crosses didn't do as well, but towards the later part of the day, we saw that yen crosses did take off. So coming up on Friday here, many times we see reversals on Friday. So just be aware of that, because we could see things turn around. But for now, there is negative sentiment in the market, and that's why we have seen the equities drop and the safe haven assets go up. We also have manufacturing PMI numbers here for China. Chinese numbers will have an impact on Australian dollar as well as New Zealand dollar, but these numbers come in after the market close, which means we're likely to see an impact of these numbers on Sunday. So let's go on to our charts here. So euro dollar here, a huge move up in euro. And now we see that prices into this resistance level here. And this is a important support resistance level. So if price holds below this, we could see it come all the way down into 1.0940 or even 1.0920. On the flip side though, price could continue higher and we could see euro go up even more. So what I would watch out for would be this 1.0980 level. If it holds above, then we are likely to see another leg higher, but should it go through, we could see some of this move reversed. Now let's take a quick peek at the 1 hour chart. Yeah, so this wasn't an inefficient move. It was a pretty efficient move. So we'll have to see how price reacts here. It is into resistance. So if it holds below 1.10, we could see a drop, but should it go through this level, next level is 1.1070 for euro dollar. So bias is to the upside, but again, with caution here. Pound dollar here, pound dropped like we were expecting, but is still stuck at that support level. This is the third time price is testing this level, and it hasn't managed to drop through this level yet. So watch out for that. If it doesn't go through 1.2870, this level here, it could go back and go back into this range that it's been trading in for some time. On the flip side, though, once we see a drop through here, I would look for a price to come all the way down into 1.2765. So right now, bias is bearish for pound dollar, but again, with caution. So today, or the last couple of days, we saw that euro went up and pound dropped. Now, keep in mind, though, it can reverse tomorrow, so we may see pound go up and euro drop. So just keep an eye on both of those, and we'll take a look at euro pound and look at the interaction there as well. But just be aware of that. Bias is bearish, but with caution. Aussie dollar, this one came up today, actually. It is retesting this resistance level now. So I'm actually looking for price to drop further here. So we had a drop, pullback. So I'm looking for a further drop here. As long as price holds below 0.6580, I would look for a further move to the downside here. So bias is bearish for Aussie here, and targets, the first target is 0.6520, second target is 0.6450. Now, should price go through this resistance, 0.6585, then next target here would be 0.6640. But for now, bias is to the downside for Aussie dollar. New Zealand dollar, this one as well, I'm looking for price to drop here. Next target here is 0.6270. So bias is bearish for New Zealand dollar here. And then 0.6250 back into the support area. So bearish bias for New Zealand dollar. Dollar CAD here, big move up in dollar CAD. Oil has really taken a beating. As a result of that, we have seen Canadian dollar just suffer. And as we can see, dollar CAD has been going up as a result of that. So bias here is bullish for dollar CAD. Next target is 1.3430. So right into the support resistance level. It finally made its way through both of these resistance levels that it has been struggling with for a while here. And now looks like it's on its way higher. So as long as price holds above 1.3380, this level right here, then I will look for a move higher. 1.3430 is the next target to the upside for dollar CAD. So bias is bullish here for dollar CAD. Let's take a look at our commodities here. Silver still dropping here. We saw a drop. Now price still looks bearish here. And next target is 17.40, and that's an important support level. So watch out for that. So bearish bias for silver. Should it go through, next target is 17.14. So bias is bearish here. Gold has gone sideways here. Looks like it wants to drop further. So keep an eye on the equity markets here. So if the equity markets reverse, they start going up, we're likely to see these ones continue lower. So with the big drop in equity markets, we haven't really seen the safe haven assets really do as well as, or the drop in the equity markets has not correlated to the big move in safe haven assets. So that means things could reverse. So watch out for that. Right now, this one is looking range bound. So as long as it stays below 1655, I would look for a move back into 1625. So just a range bound move here. But if it goes through this, then we could see it go into 1670 and even all the way into 1688. But for now, bias is neutral as long as it holds below 1655. Let's take a look at oil. Oil has been dropping like a rock here, a big move to the downside, and that's why we have seen Canadian dollar tank with oil as well. So bias here is bearish, 44.44. 42.50 is the first target, and then there's a lot of room, 42 all the way into 42.20. So bias is bearish here for oil. Copper still struggling here, but now it's finally gone through 2.53. Bias is bearish. Next target here is 2.48 and then 2.46. So bias is bearish for copper here. Bitcoin finally we have a neutral day. So now we could see a turnaround, but just because we have a neutral candle or indecision candle does not mean it will necessarily turn around, but chances are that it can. So watch out for that. What I would look for here would be a retest of the low, and if it holds below, then we could see price go through that. But on the other hand, if it holds below 89.40, then this one could drop further. If it goes below 8,500, then this one could go to the downside. So right now, bias is neutral. We'll just have to see which way does it break, and then we will look for a continuation move in that direction. So neutral bias today for Bitcoin. S&P 500, the equities just tanked today. As we can see, a big drop here in S&P 500. It blew right through our targets. And now bias is still bearish though. But we have seen a huge drop in the markets, which means we could see a turnaround, and Fridays can be reversal days. So do keep that in mind. But overall though, bias is still bearish at this point, but we could see a pullback into 3020, or 3020 is a good level for a pullback. Or if it stays below 2980, that means there is a lot of bearishness and we could continue to see a drop here. But a better pullback is into 3020. So right now, bias is bearish still, but this is the time to be cautious. Like I said, Fridays can be reversal days. Nasdaq here, big drop here as well, went right through our targets, and bias is bearish here. Next target is 82.20, and in terms of a pullback, I would look for 84.80. If it holds below, then we could see a further drop here. So bias is bearish for Nasdaq. But like I said, just be careful. Dow Jones, a big, huge drop here as well. We are, again, right through our targets. And in terms of a pullback, we could get a shallow pullback towards 25,750, or we could get a deeper pullback into 26,000. Bias is bearish though, and we're looking at 25,000 as the next target here. So bearish bias for Dow Jones. All right, DAX here, also looking bearish here. Next target is 11,900 and 11,825. So bearish bias here. In terms of a pullback, we could get a pullback into 12,380 or just into 12,200. So just like that, or a deeper pullback to do a back test of this level and then a drop. So bias is bearish, again, with caution. FTSE looking bearish here as well. And now we're getting into some important support levels. So just be mindful of that. Bias is bearish. And next target is 66.50 and then 65.50. In terms of a pullback, we could get a pullback into 68.50. So bearish bias for FTSE. And last but not least here, we have Nikkei. Nikkei is looking bearish as well. But keep in mind those reversal days. It is into support. Next target here is 21,000, and if it drops below that, we're looking at 20,760. So bias is bearish here for Nikkei still. All right, so that's it. Have a great trading day, and I will see you on Sunday for our weekly analysis. Bye for now.